Hello, hello, happy Saturday. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, boy, I wasn't really ready there for a minute. I was kind of daydreaming. So, hey, you want to know, you want the big reveal. What is it if you don't do it will make your course fail? Might not be the first one, it could be the 10th one. If you don't do this, it might not be a course. I'm really keeping you on edge there, aren't I? It might not even be a course. It could be any type of offer, service, product, physical product, virtual product, digital product. If you don't do this first, you're going to be in a heap load of trouble. Trust me. So, the first thing that you should do is validate your course, your offer, your service, your product, whatever you're doing. You need to validate. You need to talk to people. And I know that I have gone over this. If you've been around for a while, you know I've talked about validating, getting out of the building, talking to real people. And I know I've been guilty of this, but I am learning. I am learning a lot. You get an idea. Maybe it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you jot it down, you get up with excitement because you know that this product or service is going to be something that's going to solve everything for everybody, and people are going to buy it and give you a heap load of money, right? You're going to be a billionaire. But guess what? You go dark, you build this thing, and all of a sudden you launch, and you launch to silence. There's nobody there. There's nobody buying your course or your product. And that defeats us. That defeats us a lot. I've been there. I've been there. So let's talk first, then build fast. That's a bit of a, startup world phrase. So we're going to talk about three different people. There's Eric Ries. He wrote Lean Startup. And then there's Amy Porterfield, of which I have bought mostly all of her products. I'm not shamed. I ain't gonna buy her Millie. That's not for me. She's got another ICA now. But we're gonna talk about Amy's course calls, and then we're gonna jump over to Ash. I'm gonna call him Moira, like Schitt's Creek Moira, Catherine O'Hara, because I cannot pronounce his name. We're going to be able to act on the data. So we're going to look at his lean canvas. Now, Eric Ries wrote the book, Lean Startup. Ash took it a little bit further and created a one-page website called The Lean Canvas. And we're going to look at that. And he has really outdone himself because it's all AI now. So, what Finally, can you build a business around it? You don't want to sell something and then, you find out nobody needs it after that. You want to be able to build a business. And of course, startups are there to scale. The difference between, there's two, I heard this a long time ago from a gal, two different types of businesses when you're in that solopreneur realm or, small business. You've got your startup, and they start out wanting to scale. They have that in their mind. And there's also lifestyle. I consider my business a lifestyle business. I'm a solopreneur. I have a VA team, but I'm not I don't have any plans on scaling. I don't want to have 50 employees. That would kill me. That's not my goal. My goal is simply maintain the lifestyle I have, maybe aspire to a little bit better. Who knows? So you've got to look at these 5 questions, and you just got to get out there and find some people. Now, where all these 3 people come together, they are adamant. Amy, Ash, Eric, they're adamant that you do not build anything until you validate it. And the best validation is when somebody will give you their credit card. Okay? Now, you've got to understand the problem. Amy says in one of her podcasts, she said, look for that ding, ding, ding moment. When people start asking you the same question, how did you do that? I can't get that together. You might be, have a green thumb. Someone come over to your house and they say, oh, how do you get all these beautiful, gorgeous, thriving plants? Every plant I buy, I kill it. I guess I got a green thumb. I guess I got a brown thumb. When you hear those things and you know that you can solve that problem, that's your ding, ding, ding. That's your ding, ding, ding moment. And this is kind of the hardest part for me, get your first 10. And Amy says this, Eric, everybody says this, get your first 10 paying customers before you build. And you let them know that they are building the product or the service with you because they're getting a rock bottom deal. They're probably going to pay half price at least, maybe 75% off. But they're the first ones, and you're looking to have feedback from them. They have the opportunity to build a product or service customized to them, basically. So, but you can't get the first 10 until you get out there and talk to some people. So, words matter. You're going to look for tell phrases, things like, ugh, I'm embarrassed to say, or, to be truthful, I've had this problem for a while. And people will be, kind of shameful. You just need to get at that problem, have them, be comfortable enough to, admit, I got a problem. Not everybody wants to admit they have a problem. Look at the past behavior. Definitely ask them, have you tried to solve this? Have you purchased things that told you they were going to solve it, advertised that they would solve your problem, but they did not? If they've paid money for it and they didn't get the solution they want, they will pay money in the future probably. And just grab their exact words when you go. Talk to 5 people next week. Either get on a Zoom, go into one of your Facebook groups. I know everybody's in a Facebook group. I know you are. And just ask 5 people, hey, can I get 20 minutes of your time on a Zoom to see if what I'm building is the product that you need? And you can offer them maybe a coffee card, or I don't know, Amazon card. People don't really want to do Amazon. We want to do more local, but just offer something for their time and just see what they're saying when they ask, if you're going to go in real world. Yeah, IRL, is that what they call it in real life? If you're doing local and maybe you're going to go to a coffee shop or something, just ask them, can I record this? Because you want to remember their exact words. Those exact words that they give you, that they're saying, that's going to be your marketing copy. And trust me, when you are dialed into your ideal customer and they see you, you know, saying the words that they know that they've said, they're going to buy. They really will. So now, where the answers land. Well, I'm going to show you in just un momento, I'm going to show you Ash's lean canvas. We got one more. Okay. It feels like I'm hearing something somewhere and I'm the only one in the house. Okay. It's the cats, maybe. I don't know. So, 3 steps. Run the 5 questions, talk to 5 real people, and look for those patterns. If you get the patterns, if you get the answers you want, the people will pay for your solution, green light it. Maybe people will tell you things that, oh, I didn't think about that. Maybe I should add that because that's where they're really suffering. Tweak it. If you get answers that people are like, hey, I may have that problem, but I'm not going to pay for it, or I just live with it, or I don't have that problem at all. You got to look for those patterns. Pause. At this point, backpedal and start over. If you don't get the answers that you need, stop right here. Don't get into what's it called? The sunk cost fallacy. I have done that so many times in business and in my personal life. Well, I'm halfway across the river. I can't turn around now. I've invested all this money. I surely can't cancel now. But that's when you should be asking, hey, should I really, really be doing this? And if you're doing this right, if you've talked to people before you build, you haven't wasted any time. And that's the good time or money. Now, this is the traditional lean startup. And you can Google lean startup and get all kinds of iterations of this. This one is in Canva, and Canva has multiple ones too. They get a little stylish. This is real plain. And as you can see, basically it's the same questions. You've got your problem. Are they solving? Are you going to solve their problem? What is their problem? Are there existing alternatives, maybe your competitors, things that they have tried? Is your solution going to solve the problem that they're voicing? What are your key metrics? Is your key metric to grow your ideal audience so that you have not a large group, but you have people that need your product? So those are the key metrics. Maybe it's a price you want to price at, I don't know, for first 10, $97 or something, just real quick. You need to make, you want to make $10,000 on that first, whatever your metric, but you want something to measure. Now, what is your unfair advantage? You have to have an unfair advantage. My unfair advantage is I've been doing what I've been doing forever. I've been in tech since God was a boy. I've been in, around it, under it, and it just kind of came natural. And I've been where my ICA has been. I have been trying to figure out why a MailChimp form does not render a contact in the contact record. I've been there. I've worked with WordPress and just sat and just been in tears, basically. Absolutely. So that's my unfair advantage. You may have a different unfair advantage. You're going to put your channels down. Where are you going to promote this? They're saying 3 or 4 customer segments, customer personas. For me, I just have one. I think it gets more complicated if you have 2 or 3, because your marketing is gonna be different, your dialogue, your copy it's just too hard, but you may be one of those people. And kinda get the characteristics of those early adopters that are ready to jump in. And of course, you got a cost structure, because these are the people that are gonna, scale, and then you have your revenue streams. So, that is just the plain old, I swear to Jesus, I am hearing talking. And okay, I could say be right back, but I'm not. I'm just going to figure out where this talking is from. Everything is on silence. If they're in the recording, if there's a little rumble, you'll know why. I don't know where it is, but because those phones are on silent. So I'm not going to worry about it. So this is a generic, this plain, go over to Canva. You can just edit it right there. Canva's so perfect, just edit, put your answers in there. But if you want to get a little bit fancy, what do we got here? We don't want to go there. So if you want to get a little bit fancy, and I do have a workbook that you can download, and it's got the 3-step flow. It'll give you can just write your answers right here. There's a few more questions. It does drill a little bit deeper to get a little more dialed in. So you've got, tell me about your business right now. What is biggest frustrations? The same questions, but just, worded slightly different. So you've got that. But now, if you really want to get fancy, I found this yesterday. Oh my God, I keep going there. I'm not ready for that one. I tell you, the little mutterings over there really started to bother me. So if you really want to get fancy, go over here. This is Ash Moira. Sorry, Ash. I should just call you by your first name. This is his updated lean canvas. He calls this Lean Spark. So I found him years and years ago, way before COVID. It was either before COVID or right when COVID was hitting. And I found this guy. I don't know how I landed on it, but he did have kind of a community, and he had an app for the lean canvas, but it wasn't AI, of course, and it wasn't this elaborate. So I found this last night, and I'm gonna have to give the guy my $25, because I'm very curious how deep it goes. Let's just see what we have here. I logged in last night, and I was just going to show you the lean canvas, the one that was in Canva. But then when I ran up on Ash's new Lean Spark, I said, "Oh, I got to get into this, because this looks interesting." I mean, I can afford $25, but I'm definitely not going to go month to month. What I need, I'll get the first month. So it's kind of friendly. You're going to sketch your new idea. You're going to set up a business model diagnostic. Okay, okay. What do you want to commit to today? All right, maybe that's just like your home page, and you're starting from the beginning. Oh, commit a variant, stress test, spawn a variant. Okay, this is real startup talk. Us lifestyle businesses, we don't talk like that. So you've got all this stuff. You got today, you've got ask, no problem. Okay, we're going to skip something from now. You've got the script, that's what matters. Okay, paste your interview notes here. This is his validation. So you're going to go through, you're going to run a stress test, you're going to do the interviews. You got experiments here. I think this would be cool. I'm not sure how I would actually incorporate it, but I'm a shiny object type of person, and I'm curious. So what's the bet for these 14 days? Actually, it's just walking you through things. Plan with the coach. I wonder what kind of coach it is. I bet it's an AI coach. I don't think you're going to get a real person at $25 a month. I mean, they do go up. That's the lowest tier. So you got today, pick the experiments. That's kind of easy. Let's look over here. Everything you've built so far. So it says that I have built a customer interview script. I don't think I did that, but we're going to go to the Lean Canvas new idea first. And I didn't fill everything out, but I got, my female course creators. They build their course. They struggle with their audience. No email list means no launch momentum. The solution that I'm offering for this is the Creator Suite. That's my app that I am stress testing. I am validating that. Let's see. Like I say, I didn't do all this. Early adopters are going to be female course creators who are actively building their first course. Okay. And then you've got your all existing alternatives. Let's see. Oh, they Skillshare, Teachable, Kajabi. So it interpreted a lot of this. Generic email tools are MailChimp, ConvertKit, YouTube tutorials and free templates that require figuring it out yourself, existing alternatives. Now that the AI did that, I did not give it that information. I answered a few questions, and then the AI, because it's been trained on the Lean Canvas apparently, gave me this stuff. And if I had answered everything, everything would have been filled, but I didn't answer everything. So I shall get back to that. But this is fun. No credit card needed. And I do believe that, let's see, let's go back. Let's see what this other one, it gave me a script because I don't remember doing a script. Oh, okay. Customer interview script. Guys, get over here. This is so easy. It's free. Come on. You got no excuse. I didn't even know this was here, but I'm finding it very, very interesting. I'm getting this far with the free app. So it's not very pretty, but that's okay. So you got phase one, a welcome and set the stage. Thank you so much for making time today. Okay. All right. We got that. Anchor on existing alternative. This is good stuff, people. I'm geeking out. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I have to geek out a little bit. So you got your triggering events, the opening questions, the follow-ups. I'm going to have to give this man my $25. I don't want to, but I'm a shiny object kind of gal. So this one I'm going to dive into the selection process. And what is the last one? Are we there? Not yet. The early use, recurring use, yada, yada, yada. This is good. This is really good. I'm going to go through these. What's next at next summit? I don't know what that means. So I'm jumping into this over the weekend, and maybe I'll do a little live on this. I don't know. I'm finding it very interesting. So let's get back. Oh, how do I get back? Okay, let me go. All right, I'm here. Okay, so we got that. That's in the library. Here's the actual canvas. I already showed you that. And what else do we have? So look at here, skills. I'm sure this is either based on Claude or ChatGPT, but I'm assuming that these skills may be the same as, when you're building Claude skills. I don't use ChatGPT, so I don't know what they call them over there. But Claude, you build skills for your repeating tasks that are going to be the same week to week. Like your newsletter, you make a skill for that. But this has skills, so I want to see what these are about. Are these the same skills or are they something else? Customer discovery, you got a simulation dojo. Okay. Train your ear. Okay, it's not what I thought it was. This is not what I thought it was. It's called Mastering Customer Discovery. It's a skill, but it's not the skill. It's not like a Claude skill. I guess it's actually, you're going to learn something. Train your ear. I know Kung Fu. I like the sketch. I don't know what's going to happen. I've never done this, but this is live. Let's see. So we got more questions. Review the interview. Okay. All right. Okay. They've got examples there. Either that or that's part of the community. Like I say, I just found this last night, but I am finding it to be something that I think is useful because this is where I'm at. I'm validating. I am validating my creator suite. And I am asking you, my audience, to help me out. Now, this is what I consider a prototype. It's the look and feel is a little bit different. I didn't use generic Claude design system. I wanted it to look a little bit different. So we've got two, I don't know if you want to call them modules, what you want to call them, but we've got two, let's call them modules. You've got Know Your Audience, which is your ICA, your Ideal Customer Avatar exercise, and then you've got Build Your Lead Magnet. Now, the curious thing that I am very kind of proud of, because it took a minute, the lead magnet you get a choice to, let's see how far we can get. Oh, I'm not going to do that. Oh, yes, I can. I'm going to do this. And that's okay. You saw my email. That's all right. I don't think that this was, okay, here we are. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing because it already, if you leave and go back, it'll remember your progress and it'll drop you back in where you were. So I am just going to read through a couple of these, because it took a minute to get Claude and Lovable to actually give intelligent answers. At first, we dealt with answers that were simply parroted, and they were put just, the way the sentences were just a little bit different, but it was just really exactly what the user had answered, and it didn't have any high level, intuitiveness. I don't know what else to say. So I'm just going to say who they are. Now, this is a scenario of a new plant parent. They're new plant parents inspired by the lush green homes of their friends and social media influencers. They bought their first few plants with hopeful vision, but now they feel discouraged and incompetent. Every yellow leaf or drooping stem feels like a personal failure, reinforcing the belief that they just don't have a green thumb. Now that was taken from me answering a question like, what's your problem? All my plants are dying. What do you want to do? I want my plants to be like your plants. So they were really, really short, generalized questions, but the AI can now I'm just going to call it intuit. It can intuit and give you very sophisticated answers. And if you'll notice, I've got this, tell me what you think. It goes all through. If you would just, give me some feedback. What were you trying to do with Creator Suite? This is out in the wild. I'm calling it an alpha test because it hasn't been tested in the wild. And I really am asking you, break it for me, okay? That's what you do. This is quality assurance. I have a quality assurance background, and you just got to break it. I was in charge of breaking software, and that's how you debug, and that's how you make sure that the customer doesn't find the problem. So if you just answer some questions, if you get confused, if you, something doesn't work, I really want to know. I do have to tell Lovable to reduce that shadow on there because it's not coming out as my neomorphic design system. So that's neither here nor there. So if we would go all the way down here. All right, now you can download the PDF for your reference. You can start over. You can do as many as you want. But now you can build your lead magnet. You know exactly who you're building, and we're going to see if this works. Sometimes that takes a little longer. If you are doing it the first time, that little thing has some quotes merely because it is going to take a long time the first time. It'll take over a minute. So this is called the zero. This is called the lead magnet is the zero stress green thumb checklist. And I've already found a bug. I've already found a bug. It was supposed to give me a choice. All right. So, but look at this. Look at this. So this is the 5-step low maintenance. Oh my God, it did go back. Oh, mm-mm. It's me, Claude, Unlovable. This is an older version control. So don't look at this. Don't look at this. The zero stress. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's what happens live. And this is why I need your help. I absolutely need your help. So if you would be so kind, you're probably already on my email list. I'm not going to bombard you with anything. And if you just want to unsubscribe after you test the app, go ahead. That's fine. But I really would appreciate it. Grab that QR code and get to testing, okay? Help me out. Help a girl out. Okay? I did this whole 30-minute demonstration and to tell you that you need to validate your stuff. I'm trying to validate my stuff. Come on, help a girl out. So that didn't take that long. And it's good because it's summer. We want to get out. We don't want to be in here talking tech. So, like I say, grab the QR code for me, and I will see you next week. Ta ta.